Hello everyone, it's lovely to meet you. My name is Monica Evans and I'm the person behind this channel. Now, my way of teaching is slightly different, so forget what you've been taught so far and please bear with me. For instance, today we are not going to learn the alphabet, so although it's the first lesson, beginner Polish, you are going to learn how to introduce yourself. And I'm going to walk you through the pronunciation on actual words connected with communication, with introducing yourself. So no more boring alphabet, consonants and vowels and consonant clusters. Okay, we're gonna learn on actual words. So let's start. I'm going to do it in quite old-fashioned way, so bear with me. So here it is. This is the chart for our lesson today. And let me start with these two words. The first one means hi, but also bye, and it's pronounced as cześć. Cześć. So, sorry for my old-fashioned text editor here, but it really works wonders when I'm explaining stuff to my students. We've got three consonants here in this word. The first one is CZ, and it's always pronounced as t, t. So this is the one here, t. CZ and E together, te, te. Okay. Now we've got two consonants looking quite suspicious, I would say. S accent, C accent. What on earth could that be? S accent is she, and C accent chi. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through this word very slowly, pronounce it for you very slowly, and I want you to pay attention how this word is pronounced. So, cześć. Can you see it? So that's ch, she, and chi. Cześć. Try practicing it with me or after me. Cześć. Cześć. A few more times. Cześć. 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 Okay, now the second word could be translated as hello or welcome. Literally, it means I welcome. It's the conjugated verb, is a verb to welcome conjugated in the first person singular, for those who like grammar a lot. And I'm going to talk about the verbs and infinitives a little bit more in a second. But first, witam. And you can see that the W letter is represented by the sound V in Polish. So that's V. W and I together is V. So that's V. V. Witam. Witam. Welcome. Hello. Witam. Right, so let's practice a few times. Witam. Witam. First one with the second one. Cześć. Hi. Witam. Hello. Welcome. Okay. You can see that this word here is almost the same as this one here. The only difference is the last consonant. Here we've got the M letter, here we've got the C accent. It's because this is the infinitive. What does that mean? In very simple terms, infinitive is the verb, action word, that doesn't have any grammatical person attached to it. So it's to welcome, as opposed to I welcome, you welcome, she welcomes, we welcome, and so on and so forth. So there's no person attached to it. So you can see that C letter, that's exactly the sound here that we already learned. So I'm using royal we, sorry. Cześć, so that's the ch, witać, right? To welcome. Infinitives in Polish will very often end with the C accent, so with the ch letter ch. Not always, but often. So all infinitives that we have here on in our first lesson end with a C accent. So witam literally means I welcome. Witać means to welcome. And again, the ch sound is here. Now, second infinitive here, verb here, you can see that I'm trying as much as I can to sneak in the grammar, the Polish grammar, straight away in our first lesson. So it's going to be packed with the grammar, pronunciation, and conversational Polish at the same time. So it's quite intensive. Być, to be, that means to be in Polish. Być, it sounds apparently quite funny for those who are English speakers. I wonder why. Być, and that means to be. It's an irregular verb in Polish, and I am in Polish is this word here. Jestem, and you can see straight away that the first letter J is pronounced as y. Y and a together are yeah. That's yeah. Jestem, I am. When we introduce ourselves with giving just the first name, we can use I am. That's absolutely fine. So we would say jestem Monika, jestem Chris, jestem George, and so on and so forth. However, if we want to give somebody our full name, first and second name, or I should say first name and our surname, we would use nazywam się. Not jestem anymore, but nazywam się. Now let me walk you through the nazywam się, these two words there. We've got z and y together. The y sound is pronounced as and think about something really yuck, something disgusting. You would go and that's the sound, right? So nazywam się. We already know that W is a verb. It will never change. It's always the case. So nazywam, right? Nazywam. It's quite important that you memorize the Z and Y together as z. We will have the same sound here. So nazywam się. And the second word here, let me reveal it here. Although we've got here SI, this is actually the same sound as the C accent, sh. So that's cześć, right? Do you remember? And SI in Polish is exactly the same. So pronunciation-wise, we could do something like that. And that would be complete truth. She, we would spell it SI, but we would pronounce it exactly as S accent. So now, what's this letter? Oops, sorry. What's this letter here? This is letter E together with a little tail there. We call it ogonek, little tail in Polish, ogonek. That's E, so the vowel without the little tail is E. And with the little tail there, it's one of our two nasals that we have in Polish, and that's ę. This is how we pronounce it when we speak slowly. That's quite important to say that, because if I pronounce this word slowly, slower, się, I would pronounce it exactly as as it would be pronounced. However, if I start speeding up with my speech, speaking quickly, as if you would if you were in a conversation with somebody, we tend to cut this tail and pronounce L as E in quick speech. So you would hear nazywam się, right? Not nazywam się, because there would be no time actually to pronounce it super correctly, this nasal, but you would say nazywam się, nazywam się. However, again, if I wanted to pronounce it very slowly in a detailed way, I would say nazywam się. Right, so this L would be at the very end, and we would always we would spell it as L. So you cannot spell się like this. No, you can pronounce it very quickly like się, but you would always spell it like that with a little tail. So this is our reflexive pronoun, by the way. So nazywam się, or nazywam się, very quickly. Nazywam się. That is, I'm cold. I call myself, literally. And this is the infinitive, nazywać się, right? Nazywać się, to be called, to call oneself. So nazywać się. You can see actually that this M letter is very common for the first person singular. So when somebody speaks about themselves, I welcome, I am, although this is a irregular verb, I am cold, this first, the ending M will be quite common. It won't always be the case, as you will see here, but it will be quite common for those verbs, especially that end with ach ending. Okay, they have ach ending. So, nazywam się Monika Evans. Nazywam się. So let's practice that and try to practice this first slow and then quicker. So nazywam się, nazywam się, nazywam się, and then quicker. Nazywam się, nazywam się, nazywam się, and straight away to your full name. Nazywam się Monika Evans. Nazywam się Monika Evans. So don't try to be super correct there, right? Nazywam się. You don't need to do that, okay? Nazywam się Monika Evans. Nazywam się Andrew Jones. Nazywam się Paul Edwards, and so on and so forth. Okay. So now we've got this expression here with a strange letter again, right? Let me introduce you to this beauty, and this is L with a little cross in the middle, and that's pronounced as W, as in whiskey, right? W. It will always be the case. This is how this is our W sound, and this expression means it's nice to meet you. It's a pleasure. Literally, it means it's nice to me, but we would translate it as it's nice to meet you. It's a pleasure. So M and I together is me. These two letters, M-I and M-I, will be pronounced the same way. So miło mi. Miło mi. Miło mi. It's nice to meet you. Miło mi. So let's practice all those words that we've got here on the left-hand side. Cześć. Hi. Witam. Hello, welcome. Jestem Monika. I'm Monika. Nazywam się Monika Evans. My full name is Monika Evans. Miło mi. Nice to meet you. The last thing I would like you to learn today is I'm learning Polish, or I learn Polish. In order to say that, let's look at the verb uczyć się, because we can actually learn two things here. So I want to start with this one here. Uczyć się means to learn. uczyć się. If you'd drop się from this verb, you would have uczyć, and that means to teach. So uczyć się, to learn, uczyć without się, to teach. Now, because of the different ending here, this time we don't have any M letter, right? But the L ending, right? And I know some of you could say, right, okay, but bitch also ends with YC accent, and we've got some kind of jestem, and YH here in uczyć has the ending YC accent, and we've got L. It's because być is an irregular verb, and many verbs in Polish that end in YC accent will have the L ending, right? So treat być as completely different irregular verb, as an exception, really. So uczyć się, to learn, becomes uczę się. I learn. And notice, when I pronounce it very slowly, I pronounce the endings uczę się. But when I do it very quickly, it would become a bit as letter only. So uczę się. Speaking quickly. So uczę się, I'm learning. I learn. Uczę się. Języka polskiego. This time our L is in the middle of the word. It doesn't finish with it, but it's in the middle. So I'm going to pronounce it as the sound as it is. Języka polskiego. Języka polskiego. That means the Polish language. It's the Polish language here is in genitive, in the genitive case here, for those of you who are a little bit more advanced. So języka polskiego, Polish language, but very often we would just say polskiego. We wouldn't use the tongue language bit of it. That's the tongue language, that's Polish, okay? So uczę się polskiego. Uczę się polskiego. And what I would like you to notice here is that the U letter is pronounced as U in Polish, as double O. So uczę się. You already know CZ is ch, as in cześć, right? So uczę się języka polskiego. Or just polskiego without języka. It doesn't really matter. If you want to include Polish tongue, that's fine. Polish language, fine. If you just want to say, I'm learning Polish, or I learn Polish, skip this bit here in brackets, okay? So just one last thing here for you is the letter G. In Polish, we pronounce it as G, okay? So it's not J, but G, as in great, right? So polskiego. This is the way to pronounce it. So polskiego. Uczę się polskiego. So once more, everything in this chart. Let's start with infinitives here. So we've got to welcome, to be called, or to call oneself, and to learn. Witać, być, nazywać się, uczyć się. And in order to introduce yourself, you would say cześć, or witam, hi, or welcome, hello. This actually also means bye in Polish. You can use it as hi and bye together. Jestem Monika, or you would give your name here. I am, jestem. Nazywam się Monika Evans. Nazywam się. My full name is. Miło mi. Nice to meet you. Uczę się języka polskiego. I'm learning Polish. Or Just uczę się polskiego. I'm learning Polish. Please practice this as many times as you need to. I think it's more than enough for the first lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. Next lesson, in our next lesson, I'm going to introduce this is, that is, and some words connected with location. So thank you very much. Dziękuję. And till next time. Cześć!